Everyone, and thanks for joining me today for another episode of Gold Wingnut Live. Each week I answer your questions about things happening in Sumter County and the villages. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos I produce are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happenings here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo video package for your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work's being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some others do. I'm watching your home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange your package today. Now let's get started with the show.
Happy International Dog Day to every single amazing pup in the world.
Yep, that's right, Goldie. The perfect day to remind all those humans what makes dogs the best.
First of all, we are the best kitchen vacuums in the world. Drop a piece of food, we're there to get it right away.
We're always there guarding the house.
Do you know how many squirrels would have invaded if it weren't for us?
But seriously, we stick by their sides through both good and bad times because being by their side is always our good times.
So to every doggo out there and to every pet parent, we love you.
When people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
Well, hi everyone, it's Don and welcome to Gold Wingnut Live. I try and answer your questions each week and go over topics of interest here in the villages and in Sumter County. Today's sponsor is Kitchen Wise, Closet Wise. Scott and his wife do an incredible job, and they're well worth giving them a call. I trusted them in my new house, and I think you should trust them in yours. Other sponsors today are Magic Stairs, Country Village Power Equipment, Shade Masters, Fur and Away, and Surf to Turf Home Inspections. So they all have good products, and they're all worth giving a call, especially if you're new here in the villages. So we got anything new going in? Let's see. Wow, Jack Miller says, good afternoon, Don. So Jack's a friend of mine from the old neighborhood, as they say. Anyway, so today I thought I would go over the maintenance assessment, and some of the CDDs have had their maintenance assessments go up. Last week we talked about the trim notice and property taxes. Neither one of these topics is finalized yet because they don't get voted on and approved until in September. So that's both property taxes, school taxes, maintenance assessments, all that. So let's talk first about what the maintenance assessment is. The maintenance assessment takes care of things like the landscaping. If you live north of 44, you're in a villa community, then it takes care of the roads there. Now, if you're in the city of Wildwood, the city of Wildwood takes care of all the roads and villas, roads that are in its jurisdiction. So like CDD, 12, 13, 14, and not 14. 14's in Lake County, and 15. That's all in the city of Wildwood. and they take care of those roads. So that's a little bit less. That's what part of your property tax goes for. There are other things that it goes for, the infrastructure. So what's infrastructure? We see all these retention ponds. They have to be cared for. I know I've driven around the last 2 weeks, and all the retention ponds have got the hydrilla buildup in them. And if you watch carefully, you'll see them going around like every other week spraying. They can only put so much of this herbicide in the water at any one time. So they can't kill it all instantly, or else everything in the water would die. But along with those retention ponds is the pumping system, and it's a big system. It's what they use for watering things like golf courses and the boulevards and the common areas, and it collects our stormwater drains, and it's how we keep from getting any flooding here in the villages. Well, I don't want to say any, but it has proven itself very effective. When Irma came through, they considered that like a 150-year storm, and the system was designed for a 100-year storm, and they still had capacity. So it did its job very well. If you're in some of the far north areas, they're not designed to that same level. Obviously things change and continue to be improved so that there's less issues. So that's the things your maintenance assessment takes care of. Now you'll hear also about PWAC, Project-Wide Advisory Committee, and if you're in CDD 14 or 15, it's EMAC, Eastport Maintenance Advisory Committee. The two are pretty much synonymous. They just cover different areas. And basically, that allows us to go shopping at Costco, okay? So what I mean by that is, instead of each CDD getting its own landscaping contract, they'll issue, instead of 8 contracts, they'll issue 2. And so we get volume discounts, if you will. And it also provides for a greater level of consistency, but it also allows us to share risk. So if one of these big pumps goes out, that could be that could be $500,000. Well, that's owned by your CDD, but because it's a shared infrastructure asset, all the CDDs, either in EMAC or PWAC, will pay for the repairs. Because this year it might be your pump, next year it might be a major leak in a retention pond in somebody else's CDD, so it all works out in the end. So that's pretty much what our maintenance assessment covers. Thinking of it mainly as taking care of the ponds and cutting the grass, just to keep it simple. Mushki, thank you. I put out a new video this morning. It was supposed to go out last night, but when I woke up in front of the computer at 1 o'clock asleep, I said, we're just going to call it a night, and we'll do it in the morning. So I got up at 5:30, and I got it posted. It didn't come out as quick as I'd like. It has been challenging, my schedule. I'm just sorry, I just saw Jerry's comment. Costco is closed on all major holidays, including tomorrow. Okay, that's good to know. I did not know that. I'm not a huge Costco shopper. Prior to them really coming to the villages, I think I've been to Costco 3 times. So that's good to know. Anyway, what else is going on? So we're going to talk about maintenance assessments. Anybody else got any questions? Let's see. Mushki said, just had kitchen-wise, closet-wise, update my courtyard villa. Love their work, functional home. About $8,000 less than other often recommended company. Okay, yeah, they do nice work. I know Debbie loves the pantry. We got the pantry done, and we've got the corner cabinet. We put the, what do they call it, Lazy Susan carousel, whatever it is, that's got a chunk taken out of it for the corner door. So that made that space much more usable. And of course, we had the master bedroom closet done, and that really is, it really was an improvement. The wire racks, they came out of that closet, they're in the garage, holding all my junk. Well, some of my junk. I got a lot of junk. All right. Costco house brand tuna, Kirkland, the best. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Going to start work probably tomorrow. It depends on my truck tomorrow. But to start getting the video footage together for the next video. I got some great ideas coming up. It's just so much happening. As I said though in the video, focusing more towards the south now, because Costco's done. I mean, when you get south of 40, when you get north of 44, there's not a whole lot going on. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts over in Lake Deaton Plaza. And I know I had somebody reach out to me, ask me today why I'm not taking pictures of the work going on at Spanish Springs, renovation works. Well, part of it is I don't go all the way up there that often. It's getting to be quite a trip from one end of the villages to the other. The other problem with that is flying there. I mean, if I'm going to fly there, I need to get there at like 7 in the morning, because I can't fly over people. So to use the drone, I really can't do it. Now, the other option I have, and I thought about it today, was I'll just park along the side of the road and jump up in the bed of the truck and look in that way. We'll see how that goes. I'll give it a shot. The truck is pretty big. Let's see. What else we got going on? What else? Oh, yeah. So Nate, who's the manager over at Country Village Power Equipment, he told me this week that there is a couple of recalls coming for Yamaha golf carts. The one that affects just about everybody has to do with brake lights. I'll try that again with a new tongue and a new brain. So affecting most Yamaha golf carts is one on brake lights. You can get a hold of them. You can check on the recalls over at Country Village Power Equipment's website. The other one is if you have a 4-forward, okay, which is a 4-forward is what you call it? You have two seats that both face forward. The other option is you have a seat facing backwards, which is just a modified 2-seater. The 4-forward is longer. There's some recalls that are coming out on the brake system. Apparently they aren't quite adequate for the extra weight. So there you go. Those are the two recalls. So give Country Village Power Equipment a call. They can check on your cart for you. So JR&J says, how old are your drones? Do you need to purchase new ones from time to time because the technology keeps getting better? The oldest drone I've had, let's say 8 years. Yeah, it's a Phantom 4 Pro. I actually have 3 Phantom 4s, but I don't fly them that much anymore. Part of it is because of changes in the law. I have to have what's called remote ID, and I haven't invested in the remote ID modules I need to put on those. And honestly, the remote ID system is just trying to think of the right word. Typical government idea. It doesn't work very well. And honestly, I have problems with the whole remote ID concept. You got enough crazies out there that you really don't want to. deal with them. But beyond that, do I replace them? I mean, I've been flying the same Mavic 3 Pro Cine for just over, July was 3 years. So am I going to upgrade it? No, not at all. It's a fantastic drone. I do like what I see in the Mavic 4, but it's impossible to get just because of all the politics going on with drones. So, and right now, I mean, the big thing that's coming out in the new drones is what's called LiDAR. I have collision avoidance, which is basically using cameras, just like your eyes, 2 cameras to watch for objects and try and avoid them. But with LiDAR, it uses a radar or a laser system, and it can do it at night. But other than that, I haven't seen anything worth upgrading yet. Unschool says Spanish Springs updates and Paradise Rec Center updates would be interesting now and then. I agree. With Paradise, that's going to drive me up there. I'm going to go up there at least once a month to see how progress is going. Let's see. Hey Don, is the maintenance fee east of the Turnpike still going up this year as they stated last year? So yes, we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. Let's see. Hi Victoria, nice to see you on the show again. Free Hanjay T says, hi Don, any idea of the progress of the new Dunkin's going in next to Hooters? You know, I looked at it the other day when I went to Publix, and I don't remember the progress. I honestly, it didn't stick in my mind. It wasn't focused on that. All right. So Wiggins wants to know, why are the residents of CDD 15 occurring O&M assessments? Okay, it's actually a maintenance assessment. Increases when other CDDs are not. Doesn't the developer appoint the, I'm assuming he means the board. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. I did a bunch of research on that this morning. Do you use an app to control your drone? No, Jerry, I don't. It's dedicated remote control. It has an app built into it. On some of the older drones, I have to use a phone or a tablet, and that plugs into the remote for the display. But that's an Android app, actually, and it does work, but it's not, you don't just fly using the app. You have to have the remote. The app is actually just a display device and adds additional controls. Will they be building? Okay. Let's see. Victoria says, will they be building any houses on Central Lake, on the Central Lake area? Yes. LaGrange and Lakeview will have homes along Central Lake, probably towards the end of the year. Mark wants to know, is the villages discontinuing spec homes remaining discounting spec homes, Water's Edge as Edenfield comes online. The only ones I've seen even discounted is what do they call them? The new designs right there at the entrance at McNeil. Other than that, I don't see them discounting anytime soon. They generally don't do that until they're really trying to get out of an area. Majority of the board. So they don't appoint them, they're a landowner elected, but that's really semantics. But I'll get to that in just a minute. Let's see. Orange Mini Cooper says, we're watching our house being built. We noticed that our neighbor is building a pool. How can we tell which side of the house the pool and pump filter will be installed? Just curious. Good question. I'm going to say generally it's the garage side, but don't quote me on that. We're just going to have to watch. They should be, if they're putting in a pool, As they get farther along, they'll do some trenching. That's when the pipes go in for all the pump systems. That's when you'll know for sure. Let's see. David wants to know any news about the village's health chapter. I think it's chapter 11, which is the restructuring of debt and the purchase. No, I haven't heard anything yet. No, Jeff, it's not cottage homes. It's garden villas. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate the info. So the garden villas is the only thing I've seen cut in price. I'm honestly surprised at that those didn't really catch on. If you drive through there right now, especially the corner lots, man, they have got some beautiful yards. I really like them. I'm not sure about the whole entry thing. It's still great though, because if you're like me and you have dogs, you can let the dogs run and they can greet all your guests. Anyway, let's see. I just want to change. Oh yeah, I spoke to a gentleman today. If you're interested in things going on around the villages, some people are getting a little disillusioned with next door. That's just a place to complain. And then Talk of the Villages. Talk of the Villages is a great website. I like it, but it's there's a lot more complaining. But there's a new newsletter out. It comes out every Monday and Thursday morning. It's called Villages Pulse. You can go sign up for it, and it'll deliver to your email. I spoke to the gentleman who runs it. He seems like a pretty good guy. It's been around since, I want to say, February, March, so it's about 6 months. He's got almost 7,000 subscribers, which is pretty good growth. But he covers a lot of different topics, does a few surveys every now and then. Give it a shot. Sign up, or you can just go to his website, Villages Pulse, VILLAGESPULSE.com, and you can see his stuff on there. It's worth taking a look at. I subscribed. All right. Theo says, Don, there are lots of discounts on designer and patios throughout the area. Dozens. You can tell because the price ends in $9.50. I've tracked it a bit, and the discounts are 3 to 5% range. Yes, 3 to 5% is the normal discounts that I've seen over the years. Never more than that, that's for sure. Not going to give away the farm. Mark says pool pumps have to tap into the power side of the house, usually near the HVAC system. Good point, Mark. Good point. Yeah, they do need to tap in to get power. So yeah, wherever the HVAC unit, the air conditioning unit is located, that's probably where the pool equipment's going to be. Let's see. The nice thing about the pool equipment these days is most of it's pretty quiet. My old house, we had a variable speed pump, and when it was running, you could sit outside, you didn't even hear it. And if you had a waterfall, you didn't hear anything other than the waterfall, which was always nice. All right, so, one more thing. The peaches. Did anybody get peaches yesterday over at Lowe's? Jerry and Linda, the village newcomers, Jerry sent me a text message last week. He said, hey, this is coming this weekend. Sign up for some. And I guess Lowe's, Vinny, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If Vinny's, I'm sure Vinny's on the line here. Vinny works for Lowe's. And I believe Lowe's paid for all the peaches, and they gave them away. You're supposed to leave them set out for a couple of days to get ripe. I did mine last night. I checked them and this morning, and they were like ripe, using all the indications they said to make sure they're ripe. I've had 3 today. I love peaches to start with, and these are Freestone peaches, so even better. If you don't know what a Freestone peach is, that's the type of peaches, the meat will either stick to the pit or it'll separate from the pit. So in a freestone peach, you're not having to chew all the meat off of the pit. The pit comes clean, and it makes it a lot easier to eat. You can cut them open, throw the pit away, and you got two nice halves. But yeah, was a great thing. So all right, let's see. Can you explain trim in layman's terms? Matthew, the trim notice is basically telling you what your maximum taxes you could be seeing next year are going to be. And it tells you what the current rates are and how they can change and how much they can change. Because once we submit the tax rate back in July, I think it is, that's the maximum we can set it at. So it can go down, but it can't go up. Let's see. Don, wood, frame, vinyl, cinder block, stucco, or tilt wall. Is there no, if there's no objection, what's your preference? Tilt wall. The tilt wall, from what I've seen, are a superior construction. They got twice the rebar in the walls, and everything is done by computer, so it's all very precisionly done. So yeah, that would be my choice. Let's see. Want to know that? All right. What are your thoughts on the termite treatments that goes with the home? Are you going to reset yours? Seems quite expensive. So I'm not using the company that the Villages used. I've been using the same exterminator, Hewitt, exterminating for 11 years on both houses. They've always done good. I'm sticking with them. You know, they use the baits. I think is it Dean's? Yeah, I think it's Dean's that the Villages use. They have the bait traps all along the peripheral of the house. Those are effective. Hewitt does the spray. You know, different techniques, but they're all effective. Let's see. Yeah, exterminating is always expensive. All right, Gregor says, I didn't want to give the peach people all my info for future spamming, and most of the case would likely rot before I could eat it. Yeah, there was 24 peaches in the case. At the rate I'm consuming them, I don't think it's going to be an issue. Again, I love peaches. I always have. You know, the only thing I like better than peaches is apricots, but that goes back to when I was a kid. But yeah, the peaches are absolutely delicious. Get the peaches all the time from the peach truck. They have been here 2 years, 2 times this year. I didn't know that. That's good to know. Yeah, they're also going to be over at, I was looking at their website this morning. What was it? Oh my gosh, what's the name of it? It's one of the farm stores over in Leesburg. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, just go to the Peach Truck website and you can see where they're going to be. But anyway, all right. Whew. Let's see. It looks like we are caught up on the comments, and so let's get started on the maintenance assessment. You know, again, so there's some misconceptions also about the maintenance assessment. The developer isn't involved in it, okay? That it's done mainly by the district staff. They get the contracts, they get the cost estimates together. The developer's involvement after construction or after they build the homes and that is basically zero, okay? I say basically. There is one area, if you look at the audits for each of the CDDs, there is a section on companies related to the developer, and pretty much the only thing you'll find in there is the IT department, okay? All the information technology systems, the computers and all that. That's done by TSG, Technology Services Group. And part of that is they have an advantage when it comes to rebidding the contract every 3 years, and that is they know exactly what the village's needs, the district needs. So anytime you're the incumbent, it gives you a pricing advantage. The other thing they do is the golf reservation system. Now, I think it was 5 years ago when I was serving on PWAC, we put the golf tee time system out for bid to a bunch of different providers. Nobody wanted to touch it because nobody's got a system like it. I mean, you know, you're talking 100 courses. There's so many rules. I bet you they got a notebook that thick with just the different rules for, you know, if you have this many points and priorities and things like this. Don't forget there's actually two systems. One is for championship courses, one is for the executive courses. So, but nobody else could touch it. They've been doing a good job. So that's really the only place that the Villages gets involved with. Honestly, they got enough on their hands right now. They don't want to be involved with the day-to-day maintenance of the community. You know, they have warranty responsibility for things like the roads and that, and they own the amenities in CDD 14 and 15. But other than that, they're pretty much not involved. All right. Let's see. The Villages sent out 5-minute video last week about Eastport opening coming. Left me with an impression that you could drive a golf cart around Eastport now. What access is there open now? So there is a limited amount of access driving there. If you go over to where the dog park is, the Sophie Doodles, you can take the road all the way up to the waterfront road and drive down that waterfront road until you get to the sales center. Then you got to take a left because after the sales center there's a fence up, and that's where is it Tacos and Tequilas is coming. You can see they got the little tower up there and everything, and so you got a very limited area where you can actually drive. Still very nice. I'm impressed. They really have done a first-class job, but then again, I didn't expect anything less. All right. Oh, excuse me. You know me and my coffee. I am an addict when it comes to coffee. All right. Speaking of that, I'm going to go freshen this cup up. We'll drop out for just a second. I'll be right back.
We all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
We will poop 2 times on the walk when you only bring 1 bag.
We'll take out every single toy we own and leave them scattered for you to fall over in the morning. We're dogs.
Eye contact.
Eye contact.
More eye contact. We're dogs. We'll wait till you start the movie to ask to go outside.
We'll wait till 3 a.m. to lick our privates violently. We're dogs.
We'll ensure the mailman doesn't murder you.
We'll ensure your next-door neighbor and his 4-year-old son doesn't murder you.
We'll ensure the squirrels don't murder you.
We will make sure the vacuum cleaner does not murder you. We're dogs.
We'll wait to play with the squeaker toy until your Zoom call starts.
We'll remind you of our 5 p.m. dinner time at 3 p.m. sharp.
Eye contact.
Eye contact.
We'll stand by the back door.
Eye contact.
We're dogs.
We'll drop our slobbery toys in your lap.
We'll only want the toy the other one has. We're dogs.
We will not acknowledge daylight savings time.
We will scorch you with our body temperature at night.
We will literally be the best thing to ever happen to you.
We're dogs.
Okay, we're back. Let's see. Let's bring up the maintenance assessment changes. So I went through and I gleaned from all the different the numbered CDDs the changes in their maintenance assessments, and it was very enlightening. Let's see. Walmart. I haven't heard of any more commercial development yet, but obviously I'm keeping an eye on it. So let's see if I can make this work. Hey, there it goes. Okay, so I looked at it, and basically CDDs 1 through 6 are proposing 0 changes in their maintenance assessment. There's some costs going up, but there's also costs going down. Some of those are the administrative costs. They're coming down, which is, I want to say, after sitting on those boards for 7 years, I only saw that happen one other time. That generally happens when you bring on a new CDD. But and I think that's CDD 15 is coming online. But other than that, there's no significant changes. They aren't impacted too much by SECO because the CDDs are smaller, so there's not as many light poles that are impacted. When we get down to, so one of the things in 5 and 6, they are impacted by the SECO cost increases, but they are not raising their maintenance assessment. What I have over on the right there, reserves drawdown. So 5, 6, and 8 have about $12 million in reserves for their budget, which is a little bit higher than what the adopted standards are. So they're slowly bringing them down. The big one is CDD 9. It has like $19 million. Now there's a reason there's a lot of reasons why it got up that high. They had extras left over from their bonds, so that went into their reserves when the section of the community was built. And their maintenance assessments were a little bit higher than the other CDDs, and that built up some positive reserves. CDD 7 has adopted a maximum of a 20% increase, and I think they're looking at 15, but they want to make sure that, because the numbers aren't finalized until really the last minute, so they want to make sure they have everything covered. One of the things is they're not drawing down on their reserves or working capital like other CDDs are doing or have done. So everything's got to be adjusted on the maintenance assessment. So that's going to be a big pill to swallow. I didn't delve into it too much, but they also have a different attorney, and I know in the past those attorneys have cost them significantly. Anyway, CDD 8, again, all these with SECO. I guess I need to explain SECO. SECO 2 years ago came out and said, oh, we've been screwing up, we haven't been charging you enough for maintenance and pole rental for the streetlights. And the first thing they did was they dropped this massive bill on us, and the CDDs were like, no, that's not going to happen. So they only applied half of it last year, and now they're starting to apply the rest. And for many of the CDDs, it's a pretty significant number. I know I spoke to Jack over in CDD 10. He's the chairman and my neighbor when I lived in CDD 10. And it was like $300,000 for additional costs for the light poles. That's a big chunk of change. They got a lot of light poles because they have Buena Vista, they have Morse, and they have Hillsborough Trail. So it's a very long road. Let's go on to CDD 9. Again, theirs is 0 increase. They're drawing down on their reserves. They have significant reserves. CDD 10 is looking at a 7.5% increase. CDD 10, which I was on the board there for 7 years and chairman for 3 of those years, has about $5 million in reserves, but they also have about a $2.5 million expense coming up starting in about 5 years, and that's for milling and replacement of the milling and resurfacing of the Villa Road communities, and they've got 19 or 20 Villa Road communities there, each costing about $250,000 to do. So they're looking at about $2.5 to $3 million. Obviously we got to adjust for inflation. So when I was in office, one of the last things I did was we started establishing a road reserves, which we didn't have, and they're building it up. So they're putting $200,000 to $300,000, I don't remember what he said, in that particular account. And then of course they had the $300,000 increase for SECO. It was pretty painful. 11, 12, 13, again, no changes. I didn't see anything about SECO listed in those three. I'm assuming they must be on Duke Energy. So they're not paying SECO for the electric lights, or the street lights. I know that CDD 7 was looking at other options to it, solar powered and things like that. I'm not sure where that's going to go. So again, not a big deal. 14 is seeing an 8% increase. Remember, they they saw a big increase last year. The developer stepped in, put some money towards it, and my understanding is they're not doing it this year, so they've got to come up with the difference. And when I looked at the schedule increases, it was like 8 and then 5% for the next 4 years after that. You got to pay for the maintenance, and it's all real valid numbers. They got away real cheap the first year, and then everything caught up with them. A lot of reasons for that. I talked about that a lot last year. So I think they're getting off pretty light, 8%. CDD 15, they're looking at increased EMAC fees. EMAC, okay, again, is like PWAC. That's the the maintenance, the common area maintenance and all that. Again, bigger contracts to save money, and it has worked effectively for the last 15 years up in PWAC. So see, last year CDD 15 had their maintenance assessment set. The developer stepped in, offered up some money to 14, and they offered up, I think it was $500,000 to 15. That went away. Okay. Well, last year, one person stood up at their budget meeting and said, "Don't cut it. Put this in your capital reserves and keep it constant. Keep the maintenance assessment constant, because next year you're going to have to raise the rates anyway." Guess what? It's next year. They're raising the rates because they got to help compensate for that, and they're still trying to build up their capital reserves. They only have about $1 million in capital reserves, which isn't a whole lot, especially as big as CDD 15 will be. So those are the changes. Not a lot of significant changes in contractor pricing on most of the CDDs. They were, those tend to come in cycles because they take multi-year contracts, and with the multi-year contracts they have a fixed renewal rate, so it's a little more controlled on the off years. But questions about this, ask away. I'll try and answer the questions. Let's see. Looking at the comments here. James says, with Walmart coming to, I already answered that one. Greg R says, CDD 13 were on SECO. I vaguely recall that Wildwood may own the light poles or something though. That could be. I know the county saw a big increase also in the light pole costs. And that was something we had to factor into our budget. All right, let's see. Victoria wants to know, where is the Paradise Recreation Center located, and what kind of renovations are they doing? They're tearing it down and completely rebuilding it. It was the first rec center for the villages, and it's up in the Lady Lake area on the other side of 27441. So it is the oldest rec center, and it's what, 35 years old. It's quite old, and it's due for some renovations. The last time I was there, it still looked very nice, but you could see it was showing its age. It's kind of like the rest of us here. All right, let's see if we can't. Hey, we got it back. Of course. Let's go to the. There we go. Whoops, that's the camera I want. Let's see. CDD 13 is in Leesburg, Electric, and Duke. Okay. So that would explain. Yeah, 13. 13 is in Leesburg. You sure you don't mean 14, Mike? Because 13 is basically all in Sumter County, and CDD 13 goes all the way up to US 301. Let's see. All right, what do we got here? Jim O says, did you say anything about CDD 15 increases for the next 4 years? As you said, CDD, so CDD 14 will have. I didn't see anything for CDD 15. I can bring that up. We can take a quick look at it. I actually have those staged. Let me see if I can find it. CDD 15. Sorry guys, I'm not looking at all right. Let's see, and we're going to go to web page browser. So this is part of the budget. So you see some big numbers here changing on CDD 15. That's because of phase 2 coming online. Let's see. Oh, I know we want the budget package. So that shows us the next couple of years increases. And there we go. And if you look, they're not showing a significant increase. It starts out about 4.3 this year and goes up to $4.6 million over the next 5 years. So not a big deal. I don't see it having any kind of a big impact. You know, obviously, if we let's say we have a major gas crisis and fuel prices go up, well, we might have to have additional contract increases. There are some provisions in the contracts for things like that to allow the contractors to remain solvent. Yes, we have. That's done generally because if we didn't, the contractors, could say, well, I can't operate like this. I'm going to go bankrupt, and then we lose the contractor. So now you're stuck in an even worse situation, because the next guy that comes in, he's going to plan for, okay, they're not going to give me anything else if gas prices double. So they raise their prices higher than it could be. So it's actually in our best interest. All right. But I don't see any major changes for CDD 15 coming up. VS, so Vinny says, great update on the fees. Thank you. Also, thanks for coming out yesterday. It was great to see you. Yeah, Vinny's a great guy. He lives in, I want to say it's Shady Brook. Got a beautiful home, and yeah, he works for Lowe's. So a great guy. He's really helped out. Lowe's this year is providing all the drinks for our fire stations. Let's go back to a different camera. They're going to provide all the drinks for the fire stations like they did last year. So that's like 5 or 6 cases of soda and Gatorade and things like that. When you're talking 10 fire stations, you're talking a whole lot. And they delivered it, which was a blessing for me because I didn't have to try and load 40 or 50 cases of drinks into the back end of my truck. It wouldn't have worked. The truck wouldn't have handled it. Let's see. Mark says the cost of the Paradise Rec Center seems excessive, $20 million. It's not. These buildings aren't cheap. I'm sure Olympia is a little higher cost, but when we look at Everglades, I think it was upwards of $10 million, and that was 8 years ago. So prices go up. Don't forget they also have to bring down to raise the old building, okay? Which that's probably going to add $1 million in cost. Then there's also design cost. So a $20 million budget, probably not outrageous. I mean, just the air conditioning system is probably going to cost them $1 million. It's crazy. Thank you, Victoria. Appreciate the donation. I don't know why it doesn't show up on the screen. I see it on my screen. You guys don't see it on yours. I think it shows up in the live chat if you're watching on YouTube and you have the live chat window open there. I do this overlay because I had people say, well, we don't know what the chat messages were, so I found this overlay. Anyway, man, we are just cruising right along. Let's see. Any other questions for anybody? There's a lot of misinformation and misconceptions about our maintenance assessments. If I did a video several years ago, if you go to my YouTube site, youtube.com/goldwingnut, look at the playlists, you'll see one for villages information, and you'll see the there's one on maintenance assessment, there's one on the bonds that I explain both of them, and then there's a couple on the amenity fee because they're a little more complicated. Let's see. Greg R. says, speaking of budgets, do you know if Sumter County publishes the detailed budget? All I can find outline is high-level summaries and objectives and goals. Yes, it is published. I want to say, was it June? I think June, the proposed budget came out. It's changed some. I was looking at the tentative budget, and there's some changes, but it is detailed. It's about that thick, and pretty much every line item for every department, all the way down to firefighter 1, 2, 3, 4, how much each firefighter is making. They don't give names, privacy there, but yeah, it is detailed. It is available. If you want to send me an email, Greg, I will track down that link for you, and I'll send it to you, so you can look through it. I've been through it with a fine-tooth comb. There's no fat there. Once again, they got this whole Doge effort going on here in Florida. My response to the governor and CFO is, bring it on, because we're not the problem. Our budget is extremely lean. It's too lean. We need more money for roads, especially in the southern part of the county. They're in desperate need, but how much do you raise taxes? We're trying to avoid doing that. So we look for ways to economize, and we're looking for other options on how to pay for roads through grants, and because there's a whole host of grants. We got people that write grants, apply for grants all the time. Let's see. Have you picked up your new truck? Yeah, I picked it up last Saturday or Sunday? Last Sunday, yeah. Last Sunday morning I picked it up. Nice truck. It's not as gentle on the gas tank as the old truck was, but the old truck had a little 3.6 liter V8. This has a 7.3 liter V8 in it. It's a beast, but it rides great. The dogs love it. They can go to the dog park now in the back of the truck, which I prefer doing because I don't mind cleaning the dog out of the truck, but out of Debbie's Honda Odyssey, no, it's a pain. I don't want to mess it up because I end up cleaning it anyway, no matter what. Let's see. Jay Cozy said, your last video of Blanchard does not yet show a pool dog. Is that normal? Do they do it later? Yes, they do it later. There's it's done. I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's later in the project, just because there's so much going on out there. They don't need a big hole. If you look, they got all the courts and all that being put in around it. It doesn't need to go in the ground that soon because it's a longer build schedule. On a home, it's actually the first thing they do is they dig the hole for the pool, because it takes more time to build a pool than it does to build the home. So there you go. Freehand JT says, was wondering if they continued building the postal station for Lakeview again. I haven't noticed anything. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, I haven't really looked into Lakeview too much. That's probably going to be the last village that they bring online in CDD 15 before they start going to CDD 16. And as I said in the video, 16 I expect sometime early in 2026 to start happening. The golf courses look absolutely gorgeous, you know. I mean, but it's summer. It's summer in Florida, lots of rain, lots of sunshine. The grass comes in phenomenally. You know, if you look at Woodlands, it looks great too. All right. Can you share the website that allows you to see lots of dimensions filed with the county prior to villages releasing lots? So, Randy, I looked two places. The first place you can see that is in the County Property Appraiser's website, which is Sumter, PA, SUMTER, So Sumter as in Sumter County, PA for propertyappraiser.com. And you can look at some of the lots that are plotted. That's going to be a pretty accurate assessment. The other place I go is the Southwest Florida Water Management District. Let me see if I can grab that. Let me grab the website address for that, because I actually have that. There's SwiftMud. And we go Command C. I'm going to paste it here in the chat window. And okay, that didn't go. Command C. You know, some days the dragon wins. Copy. Paste. There we go. So you can go, this is the website I use, the Southwest Florida Water Management District. You got to go digging for the different subdivisions. It's challenging. I check it every other day, looking for new stuff. So I know what I'm looking for. The best way probably to do it is going to be go to the map view, and you'll see that there's a bunch of numbers there. One of those numbers, click through it, and you'll find a description, and you can get the plots for the various subdivisions, and they're called units. You know, unit 278, 279, what have you. It's not very intuitive, I will tell you that. Also, when you're doing a search, watch the date fields. Okay, I always just use the top one, which is when it's received, and you limit how far it goes. Otherwise, it does a massive search of its entire database, and you could be waiting for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. All right. All right, it's there. Okay, yeah, so it did come up. Yeah, it's not the most friendly URL to chase down. All righty. Let's see. Yep. So, yeah, watching the homes come up right now. It looks like all the homes, with the exception of the villas and the verandas, have been listed, or I shouldn't say homes, lots. It looks like they're listing a tremendous number of interior lots that have many of their interior lots have a 0 lot premium, which means, you know, whatever the price, the base price of the lot is that's included in the price of the home, you don't pay any more. I mean, some of these view sites, $250,000 or more. You get the advantage of being able to build the floor plan that you want if the lot will hold it. You don't get a view, but not everybody wants a view. And with a view site comes bigger yards, and who wants a bigger yard? So what I've seen, it looks like, you know what, why don't we just bring it up? Let's go back over here, and all right, let's go to homes, search homes. Come on. The web page is being slow today. Normally it's pretty quick. Did we lose our connection? I don't know. Well, okay. We'll wait for that to come up. But yeah, if you look at the map of with the homes and lots that are for sale, it looks like all of Edenfield has been listed, again with the exception of the verandas and patio and courtyard villas. Now the first set of patio villas has already started construction. I showed that on the video this morning. In Edenfield, once they break loose on those, they just go absolutely crazy. Especially the patio villas. They're a very simple design. They're wood frame. They go up pretty quick. I don't know why my village's web page is not responding. Anyway, all right. So anybody else got any questions? We've been at this, we're coming up right on an hour. All right. Again, I mean, if you missed out on the peaches, you missed out on a real treat. Again, I'm probably the worst person to say you didn't. I love peaches, like I said. It's one of my favorite fruits. And again, Villages Pulse, check out their website, subscribe to their newsletter, lots of good stuff there. And you know, if you have a 4-forward, Yamaha 4-forward golf cart, one of the stretched out ones, get a hold of Country Village Power Equipment and have them check and see if yours is affected. The problem is, again, the brakes they appear to be undersized for the load. Probably all they did was stretch the frame and didn't change the brakes. So, you know, you just added another 500 pounds, if you will, or more, depending on the size of the individual, of weight that's got to be stopped with those brakes. I saw the difference in the new truck. I was cleaning out the wheel well, and I looked at the brake calipers, and I remember doing the same thing on my old truck. It was an F-150. This is an F-250. The calipers are like twice the size for the brakes. It's crazy. When are you planning to go back to Harry and the Natives? Soon. I like going out to eat. We try not to do it more than once a week, though. Some weeks are a little more often than that. But it's going out to eat is very expensive, and you know, I'm having steaks tonight for less than it would cost me. You know, the entire meal for both of us, 2 very nice New York strips, for less than what it would cost for one meal at a restaurant for a similar steak. You know, maybe next week. No, not next week. I got a busy schedule. I got to go to Tallahassee next week. I just love going to Tallahassee. There was a lot of sarcasm in that statement, by the way. It's about a 3.5 hour drive up to Tallahassee. And the meetings are, in a word, boring. But it's a necessary evil. It comes with the job, but we have to do what we have to do. Was your new truck affected by the recall? Not that I'm aware of. There's an app that I have on my phone, and it shows me all the recalls. I still have the original truck that I bought and returned. It's still on the app. It's a 25. It is affected by the recall, but the 26 doesn't appear to be. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to keep an eye on it. Apparently, there's something wrong with the dash computer. Keeps it from booting up properly, which would be bad because this thing has got so many computers in it. It's absolutely crazy. But there you go. All right, so not a whole lot coming through. So I guess we can go ahead and call it a day. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I got to find the right button here. Things are getting nice. The weather is getting phenomenal. I got down to the house earlier this morning, grabbed the dogs, went down to Sophie Doodle's, and it was nice. It was very pleasant out there, even compared to what it was a week ago. Nice to have the weather breaking. And, tomorrow is September, which means we're 3 weeks away from fall. Holy mackerel, where'd the summer go? And it's like a light switch, man. We hit the equinox, and the weather all of a sudden turns magically nice. And it's that way for the next 6 months. And I absolutely love it. Windows and doors get opened up, and it's a good time to live in Florida. Hit the like button before you leave. Yeah, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. The like button helps. Let's see. Can you tell me what the weather is like in mid-December? Victoria, the weather in mid-December is very mild. Mid-December, you'll probably be wearing long pants and maybe a windbreaker, and that's it. I mean, my winter coat here in Florida is a windbreaker, so it's very pleasant. Even the worst of times. I've had to wear a heavier jacket playing golf in February. I always play first out, first tee time of the morning, and it gets a little bit cool. But I have a device for that. It's called Mr. Heater, and it uses one of the small bottles of propane, and the whole unit's about that big, and it fits in the cup holder in the golf cart. And pull the sides down, and it's toasty warm, and it's wonderful. Let's go ahead and call it a day. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. Come back again next week. Have a great day.
We all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
Thanks for watching today's broadcast of Gold Wingnut Live. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happening here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo-video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo-video package of your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work is being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some do. I'm watching your new home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange for your package today. And I'll see you next week right here at Gold Wingnut Live.
We aren't dirty. We clean ourselves, unlike you guys.
Bro, didn't your owner find you in a dumpster?
Dogs are so needy. Me, I don't need anyone.
Yeah, until your food bowl's empty. Then suddenly it's a Broadway performance.
Humans don't own me. I own them.
Bro, you just knocked their stuff off tables like a spoiled toddler.
We don't need daily walks or training for basic behavior.
Yeah, and that's why it takes 3 days for anyone to notice you're gone.
You just hate us because you're jealous.
Jealous of what? That you haven't left the house in 4 years?